All right. What up? What up? What up? How is everybody doing? Welcome back to a brand new episode of 27 Outs. I, of course, am Ivan alongside Stefan. Three shows in 4 days, man. Feels like a record here. But then again, when you think about it, we're kind of crazy in October. And I kind of feel like we've done 3 days before in a row.
Oh yeah, nah, we've done 3 out of 4, definitely.
But the crazy thing is that who knows with the amount of days that we still have left this week, there's a chance that we could be back at least one more time. But anyway, shout out to everybody who showed love last night's show. A lot of people enjoyed it during, of course. Shout out to you guys as always. Shout out to those who enjoyed it after the fact. A lot of people had some things to say in regards to today's clip that came from last night's show. A lot of Mets fans didn't really think we're out here telling the truth, right? And for those of you who do watch the show, if you ever come across somebody in the chat, do us a favor and let them know, like, yo, these guys ain't those kind of dudes. But anyway, we are here tonight because the Boston Red Sox have answered. Stefan, how are you feeling? And I hope our fellow Red Sox supporters pull up tonight.
Yeah, word. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better now that the Red Sox actually spent some money, and I knew that they were looking for starting pitching. They didn't make it very known, like it wasn't a loud thing that they did, but you knew they wanted to do something. You lost Bregman, so you felt like the fan base is looking at me kind of crazy. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put another, solid number 2 or 3 starter in the back end of this rotation and allow myself to dream now about the idea of a Garrett Crochet, of a Ranger Suárez, of a Brian Bayo, of a Sonny Gray, of a, you see me building a rhythm. They got some pitching
Yeah,
in Boston. And so you still got Tolley, you still got uh a couple other the young kid early, you know what I'm saying? They
right.
got about 7 starters for 5 spots. So the question is, how do they do all that? They do need a big bat. Yes, I agree with that. But this is a great way to answer the critics that were on this very show asking Craig Breslow, what the hell are you doing? And are you paying attention to what's happening in the market? And credit for them getting it done in a manner in which you didn't break the bank. You paid Ranger Suárez $26 million a year for a guy who's a proven postseason performer. Ivan, I sent you the stats earlier today. That
Right.
guy, he pitches in the playoffs. You don't have to worry about the heartbeat. He gets it. If you can handle Philadelphia, you can handle Boston. I don't
Right.
necessarily think there's an issue with that. Listen, I love the idea that you know you answer your critics in a way where you know what, we didn't do what you wanted us to do quite yet because there's still time. There is still time, but that's a hell of a response from a front office. Number one, who's feeling the pressure, and number two, you got probably one of the most clutch postseason performers in modern history, and you're going to Boston. The Red Sox just answered the bell in a major way.
Right. Yeah. I might sound a little crazy saying this, but when I look at them now having Ranger Suárez along with having Sonny Gray, now Wilson Contreras at first as well, even with Alex Bregman, going to the Cubs. Now I understand the fan base and the team might, try to act like they did what they could to bring the guy back, even though we all know that they didn't, right? But I still think they're a better team. I really do. And that's not a knock on Bregman. That's not a knock on the Red Sox missing out on Bregman. But I think I said it last night. Like, I think bringing back anyone who is at least a decent bat, even if they're a scrub defensively, if you could put some type of offensive production there at third, in addition to what you've already done this offseason, I think you're a better team. Now, I know you lose some things in terms of, the veteranship, the leadership, excuse me, rather, when it comes to
Mhm.
Alex Bregman and all that stuff
Yeah.
that we've
Mhm.
talked about before. But I'm just talking about from a team perspective, right? Like the other pieces that are now on board as opposed to what the team looked like last season. I think they're a better team.
See, I think they can be a better team if they add that bat. If
Yeah.
you add one more bat, because your pitching is solidified. And right now, I'm going to ask the question, all right? Because I've been thinking about this all day. Ketel Marte has to be a realistic possibility if he's going to get traded now. No, now you have the requisite pitching to give Arizona what they're looking for in terms of young starting pitching. Ketel Marte now he has to be an option now, right? Like if Bo Bichette, if you're not going to pay Bo Bichette, you now have the luxury of trading a Tolle, of trading an Early, of trading some of these young guys, even a Bayo, who they talked about trading earlier in the offseason. Now you have the option of saying, you know what? We can trade some starting pitching because we have too many starters for too little spots. Now, we say that, you say it all the time, and I'm going to reiterate your point. We say that, but you don't know if somebody's going to get hurt. You don't know what the injury history is going to look like, especially, going into spring training. Guys have stuff that they're dealing with, cranky elbows, strained lats, pulled sides, obliques. You never know what.
Everything.
But the idea that you're doing it from a position of strength is a great way for the Red Sox to augment their offense. And I think Brendan Donovan's now on the table. I think Ketel Marte is on the table. And if I just wanted to dream big, if I wanted to dream real big, if I'm a Red Sox fan, you can now walk up to one of these teams that has a bat that they're not going to be able to keep or that they don't plan on keeping. I wonder if you can convince somebody like the Minnesota Twins to come off of Byron Buxton and put Byron Buxton in center field. Just thinking out loud. Don't know if they can do it. Don't know if they will do it. Just a thought that was in my brain. You can do many things if you're the Red Sox. Also, you can spend some money on some offense, which I'd recommend they do, just to quiet the Sharks around Fenway Park.
Yeah, of course. I kind of feel like that's what they should do, right? Because, one thing that some of the Red Sox fans who watch us here on the show, and shout out to you, Jules. I see you here early.
Jules, what's up, Jules?
I remember, and I think TD said this specifically. He said, "Oh, we need a number 2, not a 3 or 4 at this point." And you and I kind of saw it, from a very different standpoint. And still to this day, I think Sonny Gray, especially considering his age, he does a lot more than some guys who are younger than him. So that's a credit to him at this point in his career. But it's damn, I had lost my thought. It's gonna come back to me, but I had lost it right there.
Sonny Gray is a good number 4 or 5 starter at this point. And the one thing I like about Sonny Gray, and I don't know if this is where you're going, but I'll shut up and let you finish.
No, I got it. Go ahead.
The veteran leadership in terms of the pitching side that he's gonna bring into that clubhouse. Yo, don't try and do too much. Just pitch, play your game, and you'll get through a game because you now have 2 pitching coaches on the bench. You have the pitching coach you hired to do that job, and now you have Sonny Gray, who is a de facto pitching coach who's seen everything in the game there is to see. Right. So now you got a guy that's going to take the ball every 5 days, going to be in the trenches with you, and is going to help you through. Listen, young fella, don't do this. Do this. Hey, and I'm going to tell you this. I see Ranger Suárez benefiting most from Sonny Gray because they have similar repertoires. They throw a lot of off speed. The fastball is not as fast as it used to be. So they kind of mirror each other in terms of the stuff is kind of funky, a lot of off speed. And if Sonny can get him to believe, hey, you know what? Just don't do too much. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's tinker with some of your off speed. The Red Sox can have a very deadly rotation, and that's saying something because you got some rotations in this American League East, but they're up there. This move puts them up there. This move to me moves them past the Baltimore Orioles, even with all the stuff that the Orioles have done. The Orioles are missing that one starter that you put at the top of that rotation and go lead us. Because now Crochet got his Batman. You got your Suarez. You got your Bayo. You got your Sonny Gray. Now we got some options. Carter Crawford's coming back. Brian Bale's another year older. You have options now. Yeah. Sonny's your number 4. I agree with you, Jules.
Yeah, to go back to the point that I had lost there for a second. So while I am happy that this was how the Red Sox, I guess, quickly responded to the hate that they had received over the past couple of days. But the fan base had already known that you had to go after one of these starting pitchers because they
Absolutely.
had already known early in the offseason that Sonny Gray himself wasn't going to be enough. But that's also to go back to the fact that the bat still remains, man. Like, you have to get that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, whether it's what's remaining in free agency still, or to go back to your point, maybe just snag one of these guys via a trade.
Listen, if you're asking me, I think the trade market is the easier market to navigate because, like I said yesterday, I don't see them being serious suitors in the Bo Bichette market.
Not anymore. Yeah,
I just
no.
don't see them spending that kind of money, especially after you just gave Suarez this money. You know, you've eaten a lot of Sonny Gray's contract. I know the Cardinals did help, but you're taking on a significant sum. Also, look, I understand not every fan base is fan is short for fanatic. So they're gonna flip out. They're gonna, oh, the world's ending. It's November 21st, and everybody was like, Sonny Gray, that's it. That's all you're gonna do? And you were like, hold on, wait a minute. There's still time now. You can do some stuff. And since then, the Red Sox have done some stuff.
Right.
Is it enough to quiet the fan base? No. Like Jules, it's not enough. We need to stick. We need a bat. I got it. But I also think you now have, if you're Craig Breslow, you have to be more aggressive in the trade market now. Like, you can't put out your second or third best offer. If you really want Ketel Marte and you really think he's available, listen, as much as it sucks, Tolley and Early might have to go. You might have to put some of these young kids on the table to say, hey, man, this bat is really important. The starters we can kind of get around it. We need to do something. Because like TD, like Jules, like Sox fan, like the Red Sox fans that we talk to on a show-by-show basis, the one thing they're asking is, where's the offense? This is all good, but where is the offense? And if you're Craig Breslow, if you're Sam Kennedy, if you're John Henry, you got to be listening, man, because what they're saying is, we're not happy with what's going on here. You might have put lipstick on a pig for a little while, but if you don't get the bat, all this is all for nothing.
Yeah. I did want to share a quick point on why I don't have, Bo Bichette going to the Red Sox, or at least the Red Sox doing what it takes to land him, of course. And, I think what we just saw happen between them and Alex Bregman, and you not wanting to actually bring a guy back after you saw, the fan base quickly embraced him. You saw that, everything kind of rubbed off and things were flowing. You finally made it back to the postseason.
Yeah.
And you were not willing, again, to go back to something that you said on the previous show, Stephen, you weren't willing to give a guy something as simple as a no trade clause, right? Because that's all it really was. I strongly believe that if the Boston Red Sox had included the no trade clause, he would have accepted it for $10 million less.
He's a Red Sox right now.
Exactly. I think so.
He's a Red Sox right now. And here's the other thing I'm going to say too. There is no trade clause in Suarez's contract. There are no opt-outs. This is straight 5 years, and they could trade him anytime they want to. I saw that, and I was like, you really serious about not giving out no trade? Because they ain't even sniff a no trade. No limited no trade, no partial no trade, none of that. So if this goes bad, we flipping you, brother.
You know what it also gives them too, and I'm sure a lot of teams think this way, is control.
That's exactly why they do it.
They get to determine wherever it is that they want to ship you to, if it ever gets to that point.
Yes. But also, I do want to say something really quickly. Ranger Suárez, when he signed with the Phillies, he signed for $25,000 out of Venezuela. Like, he signed for nothing. His father was a fisherman. There's a great story in The Athletic today. I'm not shilling. I'm just saying, if you have The Athletic and you're subscribed, go read the story about Matt Gelb, and it'll bring a tear to your eye, because I read it and I was like, man, that's some emotional stuff. And now look, he gets a generational contract, $130 million. Young man, you did well for yourself, and that deserves to be applauded. That's some good stuff, and that's what the game should be. That's what we should be focusing on, and not, but who don't like who, and who signed with who, and it's too much money. And stop.
I
You
think a lot of people they aren't able to put the fandom aside, right? Like we've had conversations like this before, Stefan, where a lot of people might be baseball fans because maybe they're
yeah,
just a Mets fan, or in this case tonight, a Red Sox fan. You can be a fan of whoever, but a lot of people they only enjoy the sport for whoever it is that they stand by. Same
yeah,
for basketball. If you're a Knicks fan, maybe there's a lot of not. No, I know you watch anybody,
yeah.
Stefan,
I
but
watch all the ball.
for a
I love.
lot of people, I think
Mhm.
if their team is not a part of the conversation, if their team is not actually having a game, they
They
don't
check
want to hear it.
which is fine. That's you're totally in the right to check out if you don't feel like your team is Are you talking about Austin Riley from Atlanta? Is that what we're referring to here, Jules?
I know, right? That's the only Riley I know of.
Because the Tigers ain't trading Riley Green, brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking about Austin Riley, that's a good question. I don't know. I know a couple years ago he did sign an extension with Atlanta. I think it was like 10 years, 212 million or something like that. So he's under
Yeah.
contract for another couple years. And I
Atlanta,
don't
they locked up all of those guys, but I kind of feel like they haven't done anything with it.
yeah, I don't know what a trade package potentially would look like, and I don't know if Alex Anthopoulos and that front office is willing to part with an Alex Riley, especially because I think
Austin.
Austin Riley. I'm sorry
Mm-hmm.
to part with an Austin Riley because I think they think that there's still more in there in terms of his ability, what he can do, and because you remember when Austin Riley first came up, the guy had power to all fields. He played a good, solid third base. You know who he reminded me of? And I said it to you at the time. He reminded me of Troy Gloss. Very similar stance. Had like the closed off stance, kind of
Played for
hunched.
the Angels, right?
Yes,
I
yes,
remember him. Yeah, tall, really tall dude.
yeah, yeah. Troy Gloss. He's another one that if he didn't get hurt, wee. You
Damn,
want to talk
Troy
about
Gloss. I haven't heard that name in a long time, bro. You
like
brought it back.
when I see side by sides of them, when you get off the stream tonight, do a little homework and put a side by side of Troy Gloss and Austin Riley. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
It's pretty close, and it's crazy because they both play third.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know what Atlanta will be looking to part with or give up or whatever the case may be. I do have one third baseman that I don't think anybody is really talking about all that much, and he's not great offensively, but I think like a guy like Gio Urshela, who defensively can still pick it at third base, would be
Mm-hmm.
somebody that the Red Sox would benefit from, and I'm gonna tell you why. Suarez is a sinker baller. Sonny Gray is a sinker baller. They like to keep the ball on the ground. You're gonna turn a lot of double plays, especially when those two guys pitch. One from the left side, one from the right side. The Red Sox do have, I think, three lefties in the rotation now. So you're gonna have a lot of double plays going to that third base, now going to the shortstop. So third base defensively is paramount for them to get that right. And so Gio Urshela is one name that I'm gonna throw out there loosely, right? And I wonder, and I'm gonna say this, I wonder if a guy like Kike Hernandez would be somebody that the Red Sox bring back off the bench. Like I know he loves LA, but like, can you convince him to come to Boston?
Wasn't he on the team when they last won in like 2018? Right?
2018, yes, he was. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Damn, nah, Kike is a Dodger for life, bro. At this point, man, I can't see him wearing anything other than blue. For real.
Machado or Ramirez?
That's gonna be pretty expensive in terms of the return.
So I don't know if the Red Sox are going to want to give up half the farm system to be able to accommodate either one of those brothers.
Speaking
But
of Jose Ramirez, though, because you've been saying it for a while now, it's been over a year. I feel like I've been hearing you say that Jose got to get the hell out of Cleveland, right?
oh, and 1,000% agreed.
But
Hell yeah.
he has made an appearance on, some of these Spanish speaking platforms. And he has, spoken about like the frustration in terms of like what the team told him then and how things have ultimately turned out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a sign of this guy starting to come to his senses and saying, yo, you know what? I might want to leave. But at the same time, he has embraced Cleveland. He says that he doesn't recall not one day where they've booed him before. So he really loves it too.
See, I understand that because you're trying to be the company man, but let's be real. Get that brother out of Cleveland, man.
Right?
Help. Somebody send a hostage negotiator. Do something. Help that brother. How many times do I got to see stats where this brother got 30-30, 40-30, 50-30? What else the brother got to do? He damn near got the city on his back. I'm surprised he don't have like spinal damage by now. Do something for that brother, please. Please. And the Red Sox will gladly take him. I will drive the prospects to the airport on the back of my power chair myself. Do you know what Jose Ramirez in Boston would do? Do you know what that would do?
Crazy.
A switch hitting, RBI driving in machine? Are you kidding me? Do you know what that looks like in Fenway Park? Bro, that is crazy, bro.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he has, relationships with some of these guys who have played with the Red Sox in the past. Like maybe he's got a relationship with Big Papi, maybe Manny, guys who he watched growing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know how uncomfortable and the Red Sox have traded a lot of pitching already to do what they've done. They traded Hunter Dobbins and the Contreras trade along with some younger pitchers. They traded off some more pitching in the Sonny Gray deal. So they've given up some pitching. But the Red Sox are looking for that one bat that can change the momentum of the offseason. And if you're Boston, Toronto's not stopping. And that's who you got to be gunning for.
Yeah.
You got to be able to have a comparable lineup to go with the Blue Jays, because at the end of the day, that is who your competition is.
I'll go as far as to say this, and hopefully this doesn't backfire. I think it's something that, should remain if all goes well for Boston.
Yeah.
But if Boston gets, again, it's not going to be the bat that we had originally thought it would be, right? But if they actually get something that's decent, I think the American League East, it's going to be all about literally the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. I don't care what the Yankees do at this point. I don't care what the O's, what the pitcher's going to be at this point. Like, these guys have been working this offseason. And the Red Sox are not done, whereas the Blue Jays, maybe not so much either, right? Because who knows? I had to catch myself there because they might not be.
Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. God, we might be talking about the American Leagues being one of the toughest divisions in baseball. Because the Orioles can do whatever they want. They got the prospects to go get the pitcher and trade if they want to. They got the money to go sign a pitcher if they want. They can do literally anything they want. And that offense is no joke in Baltimore. Boston, we already seen that the pitching is no joke. If you go get one more bat, but here's where it all changes. If Kyle Tucker ends up in Toronto, brother, good night, sweet prince. Let's wrap it up, kids.
By the way, a lot of people, and we actually had somebody on TikTok say this earlier. I think somebody on the show last night mentioned this. Was it TD? About who the hell wants to go play in Canada? There are other people out here who feel that way, bro. Damn, there must be a lot.
So did you not see the Blue Jays? And this is my response for all you people that say, oh, you're just trolling on the Mets. You're just trolling on the Mets. You're just trolling on the Mets. First of all, take a poop with your pants on. Take a poop with your pants on. I'm not trolling on the Mets. Stop. You know what happens? All right, Armand's in here. Big Met fan. Big Met fan. D-Rels is a big Met fan. Nick is a big Met fan.
Right.
Stop, bro. Don't say we sit here and troll on the Mets. Who's the brother that was in here last night that was a Met fan? That's Armand's man.
Was it Tony was his name?
Tony, big Met fan. We get Met fans in here.
Yeah.
Stop acting like, oh, you guys kill the Mets and you don't want to see the Mets be good and you don't. That's not true. Because you know what happens when the Mets are good, since we're both from New York? This show gets ratings. Met fans come in the chat. We get to converse. We get to talk to y'all. Why you think we were so pissed off when they were blowing up the team? Yo, some of y'all just be talking to talk, bro. I was gonna save this for the end of the show, but fuck it, we here now. We here now.
Oh boy.
Yo, y'all need to, before you guys open your mouths, watch a couple minutes of the show before you open your mouth. We got Met fans in here. We didn't know Armand until about a month and a half ago. And I like the brother. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
D-Rel's cool dude. I got family members that are Met fans. Cousins, aunts, uncles. Stop to all you guys kill the Mets because you see a Yankee sign behind me. What's wrong with y'all? We can't be objective? Bro, you can tell me if I'm bugging.
No, you are 100% right, bro. I mean, listen, I mean, that's how you feel. But I also feel, a very similar way as well, because I see what some of these people say. And listen, if you want to disagree, disagreeing is okay, right? Like, it's free. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt us. The fact that we were able to engage, or the fact that those people are able to engage with us, rather, is pretty cool to have that happen. But at the same time, I do think a lot of people tend to get ahead of themselves without, truly understanding like what the show is truly about.
And that's the thing. I don't mind having open dialogue and conversing with someone.
Yeah.
Right? We got more Red Sox fans in here on a nightly basis than Yankee fans. Oh, but you see a Yankee symbol behind us. But if you ain't in here, you wouldn't know that.
Right.
For two dudes that are from New York, we talk more Red Sox than some of the Red Sox podcasts that are out here.
That's true.
What's wrong with y'all, man? Listen, don't mess with me today. Don't mess with me today. Because what I've come to grips with is it's not so much a rant and a rave. I hate when people try to, but y'all just a Yankee-centric show and Yankees. No. Because when the Yankees suck, guess what? We the first ones in here. Yo, y'all suck. Y'all trash. Y'all terrible. I ain't got no hair on my tongue. When they're bad, we tell them you're bad.
That's true. And also to reference like what we put out on a daily basis for the people who don't catch us when we're live, we sometimes go weeks without even talking Yankees. I'm just being honest. As fans, like with us, for us to be Yankee fans, because that's not what the platform is, of course. And shout out to all of you guys for understanding that by now. But we sometimes go a long time without talking about what you guys, want us to always talk about. Of course, not you, chat, but what some of these people who don't know us believe.
Listen, hold on. Stefan bringing up that the Mets are being used as leverage, and I brought it up today in the FT chat and Mets live pods earlier today. And what was the response you got from that? I'm very curious to know what the response was, bro. If you don't have to share, if you don't want to, we don't want to like put you on the spot, but I'm very curious to see what people actually felt about that.
Yeah, if they got to it.
Because at the end of the day, it's bad because somebody else, AJ Przinsky said it earlier today.
Did he?
To Bob Nightingale, when he was talking to Bob Nightingale on the Foul Territory Network, he said, yo, if that offer is really out there, how come he's not taking it? That's $50 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
If $50 million a year is on the table, you'd be stupid not to take it.
$50 million with an opt-out, I would sign right now.
What are we talking about? Oh, but you trolling. You trolling. You just hate the Mets. You a hater. You and your Yankee fan friend co-host. What's wrong with y'all?
You know what I think it is too? This could be a sign, Stefan. And sometimes you receive signs in different ways. Sometimes it's not always in a way that you would think you would receive something, especially for the first time. But maybe this is a sign of what's to come, for the remainder of 2026. A lot of people just saying whatever the hell comes to their mind first,
So here's what I'm going to tell you. Y'all ain't stopping me from talking my shit.
No,
that's first and foremost. Mm-hmm. Y'all not stopping me from doing what I do. So y'all can take y'all little comments and y'all know what to do with them. But let me tell you something. This grown folk business. We ain't sitting here talking about, oh, just like us. I don't care if you like us, hate us. I don't care if you hate watch. You know why? Because a view is a view. And I'm good with whatever you do. But understand one thing. If you come on this platform talking that recklessness, two things are going to happen. You go, because he's nice. He's nice. He ain't going to do it. I will air you out. And then I'm going to block your ass.
Right.
So talk crazy to me, please.
You know what's crazy too, though? When it comes to the Mets, you have, and I'm not saying that you have to be the guy that people come to when it comes to talking Mets, right? But you've been right about a lot of things because, I got to give you your credit. You were the first person, or at least one of the very few, to say that, Pete Alonso is gone. Edwin Diaz is gone. And this was long before Diaz went to the Dodgers, long before Alonso went to Baltimore. Like, this was stuff that you had already seen probably coming during the regular season. Like, I'll go that far, and all of that actually came to fruition. And listen, not everybody's going to come across when you make all of these points, especially about their team. But I like to reference them because they like to come as if like everything is all about negativity when that's not, what's happening over here.
And to take it a step further, to pat being you on the back even more, because who cares? For two Yankee fans, right? For two Yankee fans, quote unquote, right? We had Juan Soto leaving in the Mets while he was in the Yankee uniform a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But nobody want to sit there and talk about that because we hate the Mets. And listen, everybody, y'all can all be tough keyboard warriors or whatever it is you choose to do. I'm cool, bro. Y'all could be your little keyboard warriors. But let me see y'all get on one of these microphones and debate me and this man. Y'all don't got the heart to do that, though, right? So do me a favor. As the great Chris Rock once said, sit in the corner, shut the fuck up, and take notes, bitch.
He said Chris Rock. Yo, no, that was well said, honestly. That was well said.
Got time for y'all. Razor, that was for you out here.
Is he here? You here, Ray? I don't think he's here, right?
He's not here, but he's gonna be here. He can't send the link of this show.
Right.
And look, for all you Yankee fans too. Oh, but nah, bro. Nah. Listen, I said it earlier this winter. Y'all looking like the fourth best team in the American League. Oh, they'll never do that to the Yankee. That'll never happen to the Yankee. Listen. I hope just for lessons to be learned that y'all finish fourth. Because I need a few fan bases to calm down. Stop acting like your shit don't stink, man. Toronto's better than you. Baltimore's better than you. The Red Sox might be better than you right now. And you sitting here crying over Cody Bellinger? Grow up. Enough. Rant done. I just had to get that off my chest because, I take what I do very seriously, right? Like it's a serious thing for me and you. This ain't just, we coming in here to have some. No, we come in here to have fun with y'all. You know that. We laugh, we joke, we make our little side jokes, but that is
there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. And I read about all 30 teams. I read about we you know how many times me and this dude send each other notes? Yo, you heard about this? Yo, you saw this? This show is our livelihood. And for somebody to insult me like that and insult you like that, I'm sorry, but at some point they gotta be addressed. Especially when you stopping in here for half a second. What you mean, bro?
Yo, look at this. By the way, shout out to you, Armand, for sharing this story. But the way you ended this off, this sounds, it sounds like a Yankee fan. I feel like they would do something like that.
So I told my Yankee fan friends before Hal spoke early in the offseason that Hal
and they cursed him out.
See, but that's the problem with cursing somebody out, though. When you bring facts like that, And now we seeing it play out.
Right.
What they gonna do with that curse out? That curse out's just sitting in thin air.
Yeah, but a lot of people who do that as well, a lot of them don't keep up with the game nearly as much as maybe an Armand, for example, right? Armand, let me ask you this. Those Yankee friends, do they keep up with as much baseball as you? Because Stefan and I, we also have a lot of friends who watch baseball, may want to have a conversation or two. But, there's certain conversations you can only go to a certain extent with a lot of people, right? And that's no shade to anyone. But, there are some people who know more than others. It is what it is. And that goes for any sport. For those who love hockey, I can't even enter those conversations, so I won't even bother.
He said, yes, they do.
Oh, they do watch as much as you. Wow. Okay.
See, that's just having that. You know what? I'll bring it back to the Red Sox for a second. You know what I've grown to? I'm going to use a word. You know what I've grown to love and appreciate about Red Sox fans? Is that they're unabashed. They're passionate. TD is passionate. Sox fan is passionate. Jules is passionate. Jules, we see you.
Mm-hmm.
But they're respectful, though. Yo, your opinion's your opinion. My opinion's my opinion. Let's meet somewhere in the middle and let's have a conversation. I don't know why these Yankee fans feel the need to get on these pages and troll. Because here's what I'm going to just do. Straight up, we're going to start deleting your comment and I'm blocking every single one of y'all.
Oh, we had one last night. You just reminded me. Yankee girl. Some of you guys probably had seen her in the chat last night. She was trying to stir that Yankee pot, on her lonesome there. And we were like, okay, I know you see a Yankee logo, but Yankees ain't the topic right now, love.
No, not at all. Not at all. And look, the beautiful thing about it is I wanted to tell you this today too, right? There's a lot of stuff that you guys don't see in terms of the connections that I'm able to have, because sometimes we talk about stories before the national media does. I'm sitting on one right now. I'll let you in on a little secret, right? I know for sure that two teams are working on a trade, and this trade might be close to being finalized. I think the Dodgers are looking to acquire Freddie Peralta. They're serious about it.
The Dodgers?
Yes.
Oh, hell no. Out of all teams?
So when all of a sudden you're going to hit national media, the Dodgers put a package together, remember who said this to you. Remember who told you Freddie Peralta was available before the rest of the national media did. Remember when I was in PA? And right. I told y'all, I said, yo, he's available. And everybody looked at me like, huh? What? Yes. There's going to be a saying on this show. There's going to be a tagline. I'm not playing with y'all. It's going to be straight up all right, we're going to start shooting from the hip. We're going to have fun. If the Dodgers are at the forefront of this, right? Because I think it's Yankees Dodgers that are fighting for Freddie right now. I know the Orioles are in it, but I don't know how serious their pursuit is. Brian Cashman wants this dude, but so does Andrew Friedman. The question is, who blinks first? I'll be very curious to see what this looks like in the next coming couple days.
Now that you shared that piece of information with us, any team, and in this case, I guess it has to be the Yankees since they seem to be right up there, with the Dodgers in terms of having a legitimate shot. But any team that has interest in Freddie Peralta, listen, even if, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but even if it doesn't fit what you have for 2026, but you have what it takes to be able to get him from Milwaukee and away from LA, please do it. I don't care where Freddie could go to Miami for all I care. If the Marlins could pull it off, please do it. The Dodgers, I would hate for them to add on more.
Are the Mets interested in? Yes, they are. They're one of the teams that are still having conversations. Names are exchanged, but the Mets are working on multiple fronts because I think they want to know where Kyle Tucker's going. Because I got news, Met fans. You ready? Kyle Tucker's a real possibility for the Mets. But usually how this works, when somebody comes in with a $50 million offer at the very end that wasn't in from the very beginning, that usually feels like, yo, get my price up, and let's move. Right? Now, if the Mets land him, I'll be the first one to say, yo, Steve Cohen, you doing big boy things out here. I respect it.
Yeah.
But to me, Freddie Peralta is more of a need than Kyle Tucker is at this point. Kyle Tucker be nice to have. But Freddie Peralta and Nolan McLean and the Mets having that 1-2 punch at the top of that rotation to go along with what they have already. Now we're talking about one of the best starting staffs in the National League.
Yeah.
Now you could go start for start with anybody. So that's what it needs. That's what the focus should be. Now, if you get Freddie and Kyle Tucker done, that's an offseason well done. Now we got to go from killing David Stearns, since David Stearns might, you know what I mean?
If they get that done, and I know it's a little personal when you think about some of the guys that did leave this offseason.
Yeah.
But listen, I think some people, they might be able to get over it sooner.
Fairly quickly.
Yeah.
The wounds will heal.
Right.
Everybody will be okay. Would the Dodgers extend Freddie? I don't know if he would want to be extended. I think he wants to hit the open market and see what's available. But then again, with the potential of a lockout, maybe you could get the extension off.
Well, depending on where he gets traded to, he might want to start having those conversations before the season wraps up, right?
So
because of what's coming.
So I'll say this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Freddie Peralta is represented by Aces Sports Agency, right? He's not a Scott Boras client. He's represented by Aces, I believe. I could be wrong though, but I believe it's Aces Sports Agency.
Aces, yep.
Yes. So Aces usually, they're more amenable to having extension talks with teams. The question is, I don't necessarily think he wanted to be extended in Milwaukee. But if you're traded to a Dodgers, if you're traded to the Yankees, even the Mets, I think he's amenable to that.
Well, I give him credit for not extending with Milwaukee, because had he accepted whatever they offered, if they did at all, he would have been leaving some money on the table. Because if he goes out there and has one heck of a 2026, which I believe he's going to have, he's going to get paid lovely.
He might be in the $250 million range, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's saying nothing out of school. Freddie Peralta is that good of a pitcher.
Yeah, I think 250, 275. Dylan C's got what, 207? Was it?
210 over 7 years?
If he got that.
Freddie beats that by at least 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're talking about him being in the range of, listen, Garrett Cole got what? 40 a year? 36. He got 36 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Cole's deal was 9 and 360. Freddie probably gets somewhere around like 35, 36 million a year.
Right.
Probably a little more, maybe 40. How old Freddie Peralta? Like what, 29, right? 29, 30?
Let's see.
He got to be, I think I read 29.
29, yeah. He's entering age 30 in June.
So just think, even if you could get him on a 7-year deal for about $35 million, that puts him at 210, 215. That's not bad. That's you right on par. Who blows that out the and I'm gonna say this too. I wonder if the Mets' hesitancy is because Tariq Skubal is available.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mets really like, we'll give up whatever we got to give up for Tariq Skubal, even though he's represented by Scott Boras. If anybody could cover the $400 million he's going to want in free agency, it's Steve Cohen. So I
think it's going to come down to either the Mets or the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I strongly believe so.
I believe that too.
Because one, you gotta have the capital, right? In terms of what the Tigers are going to want in return.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's going to break not only the organization's heart, but the fan base's heart too, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then also you got to be able to have, the money too, right? That's what's going to come after.
And not only that, Freddie's a good number 2. I'll take Freddie Peralta as my number 2 right now. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams in the big leagues would, including the team he's on right now. But yeah, but you also gotta have the stomach for it. Not just the money, but you gotta have the stomach to say, yo, we're paying for this. Right? And the reason why I find this a bit interesting, right? Because David Stern just held the line, yo, we're not extending pitches past 3-4 years. That's where we stop, right? The only two people I think he thinks about amending that rule for is Paul Skeens and Tariq Skubal. Everybody else is, now we're not doing that, right? So like the Red Sox, I'm surprised the Red Sox went to 5 years on Suarez, because they've been really snake bitten with pitching. Now you did it for Crochet, but Garrett Crochet is one of them, and he's elite, so I understand why. But I'm surprised they got the John Henry in the front office went to 5 years on a guy that doesn't throw that hard. He has some injury history. I'm surprised they went that far. What it shows me is that's what the pitching market dictates. Anywhere from, I think, 26 to 35, anywhere between 26 to 32 million is kind of where you got to live.
I'm actually kind of happy for the Red Sox too that they went Ranger Suárez instead of Framber Valdez.
Yeah.
Because listen, Framber Valdez, while he is talented, you know, what the Red Sox have going on right now with having all of these young fellas at the big league level, I don't think you would really want a guy like a Framber Valdez, you know, showing how bad things could get for him, you know, in the clubhouse. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, these guys are really young.
So let me ask you a question. Do we know who the Red Sox catcher is right now?
Who is their catcher?
Because I had a thought in the brain.
Carlos Narvaez.
I have a thought in the brain. I wonder, since Rangers there now, I wonder if they circle back to JT Realmuto and be like, yo, we got one of your mans from Philly. You know him better. What does it look like if you're in here helping him along in Boston, helping these young kids along, helping, you know, so even some of the veterans along? I wonder if JT Realmuto becomes a possibility for them, you know, on a cheaper deal where it's not going to break your bank necessarily. Like I can see JT taking anywhere from 2 years at like maybe 16 million at this point, because he is 35. Like, to me, JT Realmuto in Boston with that staff would make all the sense in the world. And I just think JT is going to do for the pitchers what Alex Bregman did for the position players last year. Just that calming presence behind the plate. Don't panic. Don't freak out. I'm going to get you through the game. Let me massage you through the 6th inning right here, young fella. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if the Red Sox is just on some, maybe we do that. You know? And pull power in Fenway Park, because JT does love to pull the ball. Who knows? You might get anywhere from 15 to 17 homers and lead your staff. You're looking at a nice little something if you could make that happen. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I think for Philly, and the reason why I say it is because I know Philly is worried about other things. You know, we talked about them recently having that meeting with Bo Bichette. So they're certainly still trying to spend, especially if these guys are trying to come to an agreement with what they're offering them. But with how cheap, you know, Realmuto is going to cost, if you do want to bring him back, or, you know, heck, even if he goes to any other team that's not Philly too, right? I'm surprised he hasn't been brought back yet. If you're Philly, if you really want him, I feel like that could have been over and done with by now. It's not going to cost you much, but
yeah, and I also think that they kind of wanted to do stuff on the back end first. This is interesting. Play first base. 27. It's not. That's not bad. And they got to get right-handed. Because even if you let's just say, let me appease you a little bit more, Met fans. Let me pat the baby on the back and get the bib ready so don't spit up and start crying at me. Oh, you hate us, you hate us, you hate us. Let's say Kyle Tucker's a Met. JT Realmuto at first base ain't bad. That's not bad. And catching at this point, he might want to get off his knees. That's a great point, Armand. I didn't even think about that till you said it. That's a great point.
Armand, speaking of catchers, what are your thoughts on Alvarez now? He's been on the team now for a few years,
Mhm.
injury prone. But just what are your thoughts on him overall? Like, do you still want to stick to that long term, or are you okay if the Mets were to decide like, yeah, we're kind of over this experiment?
Yeah,
Because I don't want to say I was big on him, but I did like him. I did like him for some time, but now I'm kind of at this point now where, damn, I kind of thought there was more, especially offensively, but
yeah.
he hasn't really quite tapped into it yet.
Like the one thing I'll say is like I have questions about whether he can even stay healthy to catch full time.
Yeah,
Forget about the skill set and the swing and miss. I'm just talking about his ability to stay on the field and catch anywhere from 120 to 135 games a year.
that's a lot for him. Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know if that's feasible at this point.
and you're young too. That's the problem. You already have issues, and you're young. I don't know.
If I'm the Mets, if I'm gonna do that, if I'm the Mets, I go trade for Adley Rushman and not even. That's what I do.
Right.
Make Adley the catcher and put Adley in Queens, and you know what I mean, that's what I do. I put Adley in a few places, honestly. Like to me, Adley would fit with the Mets. Adley would fit in Boston, but I don't know if the Orioles and Red Sox would make a trade.
I feel like
Adley would,
The Adley chatter is gonna heat up, especially if Baltimore doesn't get to where they'd like to be in the first half. I think we hear about it more
you
often,
know,
maybe.
you know where I'd like to see Adley also fit in because they're also looking for a catcher. I like to see Adley Rushman in Houston with the Astros.
Who's I think they have is it Caratini? Victor Caratini is the catcher right now, or
He's a free agent. I think he's a free agent right now,
yeah?
if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know who their everyday backup catcher is. Oh,
Yeah.
it's I know who it is. It's a Spanish brother. I can't think of his name. That's the
Yeah,
everyday catcher.
Caratini is free agent.
Yeah, but their current catcher is a Spanish brother. I can't think of his name though.
I know it's not Maldonado. He retired.
Yainer Diaz. Yes,
Oh,
Yainer
there we
Diaz.
go. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you guys, because we know exactly who it is that we're speaking of. But
That's why I said
listen,
he
as you
spent
guys can tell, we talk about a lot here on the show.
like that's why I'm going through the brain and I'm like, yeah, I know the brother's Spanish. I know
Yeah.
he's young. I get it. He's right hand. Like I'm literally picturing his stance. I just can't think of his name.
hmm
But like Adley can fit a bunch of places, man, and that's where you have to get where you have to get creative. Alvy needs to get better to stay better at blocking, stay healthy. They should only move him for a package for a controllable starting pitcher. I would trade him in a package for Skeens.
Wow. So that means you like him then. If that's the only guy you would be willing to trade Alvarez for, wow.
That's high praise because honestly, he disappointed me after when he first came up. He started off slow and then he got hot for a stretch, and you saw like the full repertoire. And I'm like, I don't want this to be Gary Sanchez 2.0, where like
Yeah.
Gary came up like a house of fire, and then it was like, there, there goes that.
I do have to be honest. Ever since Steve Cohen has become the owner of the Mets, I feel like catcher and third base that they've been a pain in the ass. He hasn't been able to figure it out.
Catcher and because you know why? You know my golden rule. Catcher is one of the most important positions on the field.
Yeah. You
Catcher,
said catcher,
shortstop, center
shortstop.
field.
Yeah, yeah.
Catcher, shortstop, center field. If you have that, and third is just as important because you need somebody with some range that gets the balls down the line. You need somebody with the ability to kind of see the play before it happens.
Right.
Right? Like that's why it's not going to be as easy as plug and play this player, plug and play that play. Like we don't know what these organizations are looking at, and so I'd love to see what the Mets do at catcher. If you give Alvy another year, which I would, he's young
Mhm.
enough where he's worth it. Let him figure it out. My biggest thing for him is you got to get better with your swing selection at the plate. Like you watch him hit, and he's one of those. Who he reminds me of? I'm not saying they're the same player. Don't misunderstand me. Listen for the people that are gonna watch this clip. I'm gonna put my hands up slowly so we can understand each other, right? His plate approach is very Manny Ramirez esque in terms of he guesses pitches. Yo, I think he's gonna throw me a changeup. Yo, I think when he has no earthly idea what may come, so you want to get him like, yo, with as strong as you are, I'd be sitting fastball and everything. Because if you get a hanging breaking ball, you could send that shit somewhere where it's not supposed to go. Right.
Mhm.
So my whole approach with him would be simplify the game, bro. Sit fastball and everything else is gravy. You got the power to go to all fields. You got the power to go to center field. You got the power to go to right field. If you just sit fastball and adjust to everything else, you'll be dangerous. You'll be dangerous. Like what I think too much happens too, because these catches, you see it, I see. We talk about it all the time. The sensory overload of but I gotta remember what pitches my pitch is throwing. I gotta remember what he likes to do. I gotta remember what the defense is doing in front of me. Then I gotta worry about hitting. Then I gotta worry about doing other things. Where hitting should be, I look at hitting like a break from the pressures of the game. Hitting should be the one thing you do up there where you're not thinking about nothing. See ball, and hit ball far. That's it. Because your brain is already overloaded with, my pitch is going to throw 3-2. My pitch is going to try and do this. My pitch is getting tired. How many more innings can I go? Like your brain is already on overload, right? Because between every inning, you're talking to the pitcher, the pitching coach, the manager might ask you, hey, how's he feeling? How's his stuff? Right. So
Mhm.
you got to keep track of
Plus, you
every.
got fans heckling you too. Yeah, yeah. That's
It's not.
another thing. I think once you're able to really just zone out, right? And I know it sounds kind of crazy saying this,
Yeah.
especially when you're in a stadium that has 30,000 people barking at you, right? But once you're able to master, like, listen, these people are here to watch no matter what happens on the field,
Yeah.
whether it be good, whether it be bad. They're
Mhm.
paying for us to just play the game despite what happens on the field. Once you come to that realization, I
That's half
think
the battle.
that's yeah. Mhm.
That's half the battle. Also, Chad, to answer this question, he said one of my Yankee fan friends thinks that Domingo Germán and Luis Hill are the same pitcher. I will answer this question with a hell to the nah. Luis Hill is a more dynamic pitcher in terms of stuff.
Yeah.
I will answer this question by saying yes, this is very accurate. The Yankees would package him in a deal because Milwaukee is looking for some young starting pitching, and as I've said before, Luis Hill is out of options. So that's something you want to think about. The reason why the Ryan Weathers, we didn't mention this yesterday, and I'm going to mention it here now. The Ryan Weathers has options. He has, I think he has like 3 options left, and he's under club control till 2029. The reason why that's important is because if you have too many pitches in the starting rotation, you could do one or two things. You can put him in the bullpen and you could tell him, hey, work on your bullpen stuff, try to get you more refined, or we can send him down because he has options until somebody either gets hurt or we find a role for him. So, like, that's why I think you have the flexibility. Most teams want flexibility now anyway, but I feel like when you have a player with years of control plus options, I think it's a good thing to have because you're able to do both and the player is able to play. You don't just got to sit on the bench, or in his case, you don't got to get a start every 10 days or relief, or be in relief and you can't, you know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes hard. When you're not in rhythm, when you don't get the pitch and play every 5 days, or in his case, every 2, 3 days if you're in the pin, that's where it gets hard.
You know
So,
who I feel that way about? And he's not a pitcher, but just when I hear you mention like not being able to play, in the case of a pitcher every 5 days, right? Especially if you're a starter, but just as a position player, right? I think the Yankees are doing that right now with Jason Dominguez. And I kind of feel like that's why, and I'm not saying it's the Yankees' fault, right? Because it's partially, it's also Jason Dominguez's fault. Because if you look at how he's playing right now in
yeah.
the winter league, he's pretty bad, bro. I don't know what kind of issues he got going on. I don't know if it's mental, if something's going on in his private life.
Mhm.
He is struggling, bro.
it's it's one of those things too where Armand with a great point. His track record right now reminds me of Luis Severino.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, minus the injuries. If you could keep Luis Hill healthy, because you got to remember, young Severino, we all thought, I was like, hold up.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna
We
be an
got
A.
one. We got one. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
young Severino is not a bad. It's
But
not
even
bad.
Severino, he went on to get a nice little bag from the A's, you know?
Oh yeah. Yo, dog. He made 60. He's making like $63 million right now, chilling in Vegas, right? Chilling in Sacramento right now.
Right.
Chilling. Where's Chef Mamba when you need him? You know what I mean? Like
I know, right?
he's good. You know what I'm saying? I just think we have to. I think what we have to do a better job of as people, and even on this show, because sometimes we get so in the weeds of this player would be good here. This play, we got to remember how difficult this game is. Game is hard, man. These guys play a lot. These guys play a lot of games in a short amount of time, and when you do that for so long, you start to forget how difficult it is.
Right. Always on the road,
Right.
always traveling, away from family,
Mhm.
especially if you don't live close to, where some of these games are taking place at. It's kind of tough.
Okay. Armand with an interesting thought here. I thought of a Met Yankee trade before they traded for Withers yesterday, which was David Peterson for Dominguez. Yanks get a middle of the rotation starter, and Mets get their center fielder. I don't hate it, but if I'm going to give up years of control, if I'm going to do that, Freddie Peralta is the guy that I'm going to do that for because the upside is much more tantalizing. Where David Peterson, like you kind of know what he is at this point in his career.
Right. And the other thing too is, to your point, Armand, if I'm a Mets fan, I don't know if I want Dominguez patrolling center field by
Center field.
himself.
And
I
center
don't know
field
if
and
I
center field and City Field is not. It's
yeah,
not. Yeah,
I'm good off that.
Like, so what does that say about Carson Bench? Because Carson Bench is supposed to be the number one prospect. What does it say about how you view him?
Yeah.
Just a thought.
I think we got to see him this year, right? We should.
At some point, I think you do. Yeah, just because.
Mhm.
Look, I think at the end of the day, you have to think about the idea of we heard so much about him. He's untouchable in every trade conversation they've had thus far. So either he breaks camp with the team, which is a possibility, or he gets called up very, 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 very early.
Mhm.
See, but if you view Benj as a corner outfielder, then why are we doing the Kyle Tucker thing then?
That means there's no room for him then.
That's what I'm saying.
At least right now, if Tucker agrees,
Because Soto's already telling you I'm not playing DH, at least not this early in my career.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
So you stuck with that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if the Mets get Kyle Tucker, I mean, somebody got to play that center field spot, brother. And I know it ain't gonna be Soto.
Yo,
I
they
know.
should just bring in. They should. I mean, I don't know how much he's not gonna be too much. I mean, he had a
Honestly,
good
I would just
season,
bring
but
back Harrison Bader and put
I was
Harrison Bader
gonna.
in center field.
Yes, I was gonna say Harrison Bader, and he was really good with
He was good
was
with
it
the
Philly
Mets.
last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
In the second half, he was good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll take Harrison Bader back on the Yankees right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Especially for defensive purposes, boy.
What?
Anything up in the air towards the middle, forget
He
about
got it. He got it. Because I don't know how many times I can watch like Trent Grisham. He gives me anxiety, bro. This guy gets under the ball and starts playing laissez-faire with the glove. I'm like, yo, dog.
Yeah, he's real. I thought the same thing. He's real nonchalant with it. Yeah.
We kill Jazz. But Trent Grisham's another one. Yo, my boy, you keep playing games. You cost them a big game in a crucial series. Forget about trading you, bro. We might
For lollygagging, right?
You know what I mean? We might send you to the goulash, brother. You know what I mean?
Something tells me he's not gonna do what he did last season, bro. I don't think so.
I know he ain't.
I don't think so.
Tyrone Taylor is not a bad bet either. Play center field.
Well, he brings a crazy glove, not much
That glove is
offense though.
no, but that glove is something
Yeah,
else.
he's a really good defender.
That glove, that
Listen,
glove is
I've made some nice diving stops in the show with Tyrone Taylor out there. I'll bring him in real quick for a defensive switch. Like, yo, come out here. I have a feeling the ball's coming in this direction.
All right, so I have two final things, two final questions. They're not even topics, but they're just questions in regards to the Red Sox now, right? Because we seen them do this Ranger Suárez news today. That pretty much puts a cap on the pitching stuff outside of maybe the bullpen. Sir Anthony Dominguez would be a good fit for the Red Sox bullpen. He's not signed yet. That would be a good fit if you get him done. I want to see what the Red Sox do offensively. As of right now, I lean more towards them signing either signing Suarez, Eugenio, or I lean more towards them trading for Brendan Donovan. Everything else kind of feels a little bit too rich for their blood. Now, if Cattell is, like I said before, if the D-backs are serious about moving Cattell Marte, then the equation changes, right? But till we see Mike Hazen in the front office get serious about the idea of moving him, I think you got to kind of go with what you got. And my second point is, and I want your response to both of these, is I think we're going to get a Kyle Tucker decision here in the next, I'd say 40. What's today? Today's Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday, yeah.
You'll see us by Friday.
Probably, yeah. I think
You'll
so.
see us again by Friday. We'll know where Kyle Tucker's going. The longer this takes to figure out, I think there's a mystery team in here somewhere. And I'm going to throw a mystery team out there. And you're going to think, what the hell is wrong with you? But I'm going to say it. Watch the San Diego Padres.
For Tucker?
Don't know why. Just watch. Oh, they got no money. 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 AJ Preller's a madman, a sicko, and needs to be institutionalized.
Well, where would he play? Because Fernando's the right fielder over there. And Fernando's, he's one heck of a defender, you know?
They'll put him in, I think
you got Fernando, you got Jackson, right? Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill's your center fielder. He's your center fielder.
Exactly.
You could put Tucker in left.
You think they do it?
Listen, I'm not putting anything past AJ Preller. Like, I'm just looking for somebody who is.
Yo, Sox fan, I'm disappointed, man. We're an hour into the show. Where you was at, man? We got into all the juiciness about the Red Sox and how we feel, and the list goes on, bro. But nice to see you here.
So, I think at some point, right? Like, until AJ Preller is not running or not sitting in a chair, you always have to consider him. He's always lurking somewhere in the shadows. I just think the longer, and I know we're heading towards decision time.
We are. There it is. Laureano is on the Padres too.
Yes, Ramon Laureano's their left fielder right now.
Right.
But if you remember, Ramon Laureano was in trade discussions early in the year. So if they package him, wife had me tangled up planning a.
Where you going, bro? Sox fan is always somewhere.
Yo, I'm telling you, we hitting you up for some super chat, Brad, bro.
Yo, Sox fan, you a busy guy, bro.
God damn.
Times for work. Lately you've been doing some great things. You going on a trip now?
He said he likes it.
Okay. I mean, after all, you were the person last night who said it's only January, right? We got to make sure we highlight that comment for the rest of the offseason. When it comes to the Red Sox, it's only January.
Because you said you're right. This is interesting. I think Clutter will go crazy and sign Framber or Gallen for the rotation. Wow. They are looking for starting pitching though, so that does make sense.
Well, they lost Cease. You brought back Michael King. Darvish is not pitching for you anymore. What else? What else they got going on?
They also want to trade what's his name? Nick Pavetta.
Yes, yes.
So if they could get that money cleared, that opens up a spot to do something else.
Mm-hmm. I think I gotta agree with you there, bro. I could see Eugenio being like the final piece to kind of like finalize everything that the Red Sox have done so far.
Listen, so all right, let's have some fun here a second. Let's have some fun just because I'm curious to see what you guys' thoughts are on this. Where does Tucker end up? Where does Tucker end up? Do you think it happens tomorrow? And give me where he ends up. Go.
I'm not changing my answer, bro. Sorry, I don't want to sound like a broken record. Yeah.
Blue Jays.
So I think it's still the Blue Jays, and it's today's Wednesday. I think
Friday?
by Friday night, by when we usually hit the mics, Friday by 9:30, I think we should know.
I think we're gonna get something done Friday early in the day. I want to say Friday midday afternoon. Kyle Tucker is wearing a Toronto Blue Jay uniform.
You got him going there too?
For a 8-year deal for $360 million.
360. Damn, that's crazy. Wow, if he gets that, he kind of I think he got what he wanted. Very close too.
That's Aaron Judge's contract. That's $40 million a year.
Right.
Because if Bregman got 35, I keep going back to that. If Bregman got 35, there's no way Kyle Tucker's looking at Alex Bregman going, you gave him what? He got what? No. 8 at 360 is actually more than Judge. Because 9 at 360 is what? 40? 8 at 360 is how much?
Let's see.
Do the math for me on that real quick. Closer to what? 42, 43 maybe?
Said 360
over 8.
45.
That sounds about because if the Mets got him sitting at 50, I think if you get because Ohtani signed for what? 46, right? Because that's how these dudes keep score.
Ohtani should have gotten $1 billion. Honestly, he should have. Now that I look at how the other off seasons have turned out ever since he finally got what the Dodgers gave to him, bro, Ohtani should have been the very first baseball player to ever touch a $1 billion deal. And it is unfortunate that I'm sure he'll get to that point in life, of course, overall. But in the sport, I feel like Ohtani deserves to. He should have been number one.
So everybody got Toronto. Yeah, everybody got Toronto in here. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I disagree, Dollars. I think they both signed relatively close to each other. So if Tucker gets done, let's say Friday night, because his birthday is Saturday, I think Belly gets done next Monday at the latest. You want to know where you're playing. And honestly, it feels like Kyle Tucker's market has really Bellinger's market is really. I think the Yankees is just waiting for him to say, all right, come back down to earth and we'll do the deal. Because I don't think 7 years is feasible. I don't think anybody in their right mind would give him 7 years.
Right.
I think Tucker gets done by Friday. I could be wrong though, because Passan did say today it feels like there's movement, like there's significant enough movement where it's down to 3 teams. Decision time could come as early as Thursday or Friday, which is tomorrow, and I think we could get Belly done by like Saturday, Sunday night, Monday. I think they both come off the board right after each other because I think
that's why I said last night the reason why I think the Tucker decision is coming is because if I were him, I would want to give myself a nice little B-Day gift so that when I wake up Saturday morning, like, yo, we out literally to anywhere and everywhere.
And I got the bag out here.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Like you said, we could be wrong, but I think that's what it's starting to look like.
And if the Mets don't land Kyle Tucker, I think last ditch effort, they throw like something obscene at Cody Bellinger and tell him, "Yo, you really want to be a Yankee that bad?" Because that's the only way he gets to 7 years is if Steve Cohen ponies it up and says, here you go." But it has to be a desperation move, though. It can't, and I don't know if that's desperation enough to give Bellinger that kind of contract.
Is
To
it
me,
crazy to say? Because I just had a second to myself where I had this strange feeling
Mhm.
where the moment Kyle Tucker signs, I kind of feel like Cody Bellinger to the Yankees, while even right now, right, he could go anywhere. But I kind of feel like the Yankees may lose a little bit of leverage now because you might have the teams who were interested in Kyle Tucker now wanting to get Cody Bellinger, and maybe they may want to be more aggressive than the Yankees.
and that's why I'm saying I can see the Mets circling back. I can see the Dodgers circling back. Like that's why it may behoove the Yankees to know, hey, Kyle's getting ready to decide this any day now. You might want to go get this done. Call Scott and be like, hey man, we'll get him up to 37, but it got to be over. We'll get him at 37, but it got to be for 5 years. I'm not going 6.
Is it true they offered him, what was it, like 150 to 165? Or I saw
So
something
the
like that,
deal
right?
was 155 to 160 with opt outs after the second, third, and fourth year.
Mm-hmm.
So he has opt outs after year 2, year 3, and year 4.
I don't think they're gonna matter at that point because he's already in his 30s, right?
I
I think
was
he is.
Cody's what, like 29, 30?
Nah, Bellinger got to be like 30,
31,
31.
31, 31. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
31 this year.
31. Yeah. So, and you know what? Sox fan, I'm not mad at it. The Yankees gave him a very competitive offer. This is the same person that couldn't get out of their own way a couple months ago, or a couple years ago, rather.
Yeah.
Who
And
the
I'm
hell?
kind of prepared for that too, Sox fan. Like I'm seeing your comment there. I'm not all that mad at it. Mm-mm.
If I'm being honest with you, oh, be careful because they're gonna call us Yankee haters now, bro. Be careful. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest, I kind of want him to leave. We did the dog and pony show with you. Yo, here's 35. Here's the money, bro. What's good? Now you're just being all types of selfish. Because what is 5 years at 35 million a year? What's that?
5 years at 35.
A year.
Let's see.
It's got to be close to 170, is it not? Got to be, right? 165, 170.
175. It's 35 over 5.
I don't even think they do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think if you gave me truth serum, I think they'll do like 5 at 34, maybe 33, 34, and they stop right there. Kind of where they are now.
Yeah. I don't know. I got this feeling in me. I don't think their offer is good enough. I know it is good enough in terms of like what he's actually worth, right? I don't think he should be getting upwards of 200,
Oh no,
220, anything
hell no.
ridiculous like that.
No.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like he might be able to get something better. I feel it.
So when he's able to, so let him get it. My hands are washed. I'm done with this.
So are you telling me that you're okay with basically doing, now I'm talking about Cody Bellinger here, but I'm also making a comparison. Are you okay with the Yankees in this case basically doing what the Red Sox did with Bregman? Kind of like, all right, go ahead and show me that you got better offers out there and then come back to me.
Because if you got the better offer, right? If you got the better offer, why didn't you take it already?
By now, yeah.
It's January 14th. Where's the better offer at? If you had it, why you didn't take it?
Yo, be careful. He might pull a Bregman.
So that if he pulls a Bregman, I'm fine. Because what I like to tell people is before he came to the Yankees, he was good in Chicago. He was good with the Cubs. But he was bad with the Dodgers, bro. He looked like he didn't even belong on a baseball field.
Yeah, it was for what, like maybe 3 years? About?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, They DFA'd you. You were so bad they couldn't even trade you, and now you sitting there asking me for $40 million a year? In what world?
It's a resurgence.
Resurgence, my you know what? Like I could see Alex Bregman being like, "Yo, nah, you played yourself. I'm good." To me, Alex Bregman is more valuable in terms of clubhouse presence than Cody Bellinger is. What you guys are gonna realize that it's not you, it's the man 99 that's holding you up, that's allowing you to have these seasons. Y'all gonna realize that.
And he don't have much time left either.
You
know,
think,
like
no.
honestly, I think these Aaron Judge, historic MVP type seasons that we're seeing now, I think Aaron Judge only has like maybe 2 more of those. How old is he? 34?
34. He got about hitting wise, he got about 4 more left.
4 more. Wow, damn.
Hit it.
You got an agent like Big Papi.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
okay,
his swing is very it's clean, right? Like I see Schwarber aging the same way. Schwarber's gonna age the same way. Papi ages the same way. When your swing is clean and you don't have a lot of moving parts and it's just simple, get the foot down and go. He's gonna age well. Where he's not gonna age hell is in the outfield.
I'm giving 2 years, bro. 2 years.
Okay, if Aaron Judge moves to DH by middle of next year, you're gonna have 4 more years of him being a dominant offense. I'm telling you.
Is he now? Here's the thing, though. I see where you're going with that. Do you see that happening by the middle of 2027? Right.
Let me ask you a question. You want a 36-year-old, 6'9" dude patrolling right field and running into walls? Hell no.
No, I don't.
So you want to have him in the lineup? There's no way the Yankees. Listen. That's like saying, how can I relate it to another point? Because I don't want to make it Yankee centric, but that's like the Red Sox telling Papi, and I'm not throwing shots. I'm just being honest. Red Sox knew he couldn't play defense. His knees were bad. Yo, DH, and Papi hit till he was like damn near forever.
Yeah,
he retired hitting 35 home runs and driving in a buck, a 20 or whatever it is he drove in when he retired.
So his last
Papi
day
was a nut. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like,
he was.
Papi was, and here's the thing, everybody, but Papi got fat and he's out of shape. Give me Big Papi right now. Put him in the box and tell him, all you gotta do is get 4 ABs off.
The good thing about Papi too, you know how clutch he was? You know what's crazy? So earlier today, it's kind of crazy how certain things come up on the show. And it brings me back to something that may have taken place recently. But earlier today, while I was, trying to get my thoughts together for tonight, I had watched like this random David Ortiz video on YouTube. And it was like 17 minutes long. And you know what it was? It was just him straight walk-off hits, bro. Clutch hits. Bro, the video's almost 20 minutes long. Whoa! I'm watching this. I'm like, this is literally only of him. This ain't other Red Sox players, any other big league players. No, it was just David Ortiz winning ball games for them, giving them, the go ahead, just doing crazy things, bro. I was like, damn, that's what you call clutch.
That's why any Yankee fan that says, I hate this dude, me and him are not the same with y'all. I hate Papi. Papi tortured me when I was a kid. Get over it. You're a grown man now with kids. Your kids are like 12 years old. Enough. This dude was a great ball player. And I'm going to tell you this right now.
Papi and Manny for me were, I would say that's like one of the best duos I've ever seen on a baseball field.
Papi.
I feel like Judge and Soto, if Soto would have returned to the Yankees, that could have been
That's the modern day Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz right there.
All over again.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't care what any Yankee fan says. That guy was a legend. That's why when it's like Knick fans when I hated Michael Jordan. I didn't stand Mike. I'm like, nigga, you out your mind, bro?
I know you probably deal with that a lot, right?
Mike was that dude.
Mhm.
See, I'm the like even my brothers, even though Mike is like Mike killed us, you got reverence for Mike. Yo, that's MJ, dog. You don't talk about the God like that. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Well, because even if, and I like to point this out, yo, the Bulls still took us to a game 7 in 94. And if they had enough scoring to go with Scotty, they probably beat us. When the Knicks went to the finals in 94, they probably beat us.
Mhm.
Mike is that dude, bro.
Was that the Knicks last time in the finals?
99.
99.
They
Wow.
lost to the Spurs in 99, but 94 is when Patrick was in his prime. You had prime Starks. Yeah.
Mhm.
But Chicago almost beat us. It took us game 7 on our home floor at the Garden to beat the Bulls. Like people, but Mike, I hated Mike because yo, I don't understand. Like that's like when Jeff fans tell me, yo, I still hate Brady. So you hate greatness then? I'm a New Yorker and I love Tom Brady. Unabashed. Now, mind you, my Giants beat him twice, so big up ourselves for that.
That makes you feel better though.
Hell yeah. But even with that being said, Brady's the best quarterback to ever live. Wait, that's real? Zach Gallen to the Braves?
Really?
Stop playing.
That just broke?
Nah, TD, stop. I mean, Sox fan, why you sitting here spreading rumors for, bro?
This guy.
I'm looking right now. Hold on.
He said a Zach Gallen deal was coming next, and then after that, oh, it's his opinion.
I'm about to say, nah, don't do that, bro.
Sox fan, you almost dropped a bomb live on the
What?
air, bro.
Don't do that. Nah, yeah, bro. But I'm at the point where, like, for me, there's no, like, I don't understand hating an athlete.
Right.
I never understood that. Like, these guys are great at what they do. Why would you hate somebody because they're great at what they do? Like,
yeah, there's a lot of great players who have played for, I would say, like a rival in this case, right? And I look back at when certain guys had moments, because a lot of guys had several moments, right? Ortiz being a good example. I don't look back at this stuff and be like, damn, like those guys, I hate them with everything within me. Because some fans they maneuver like that,
I can't do that. Like,
mm-hmm.
you gotta stop hating on the idea that, like, oh, I hated this player because he killed my team. So what? You know who's another guy that I love that used to kill the Yankees, but I loved watching him play? Edgar Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that he killed what does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm a baseball fan. Like, everybody, but they killed my team. So what? It's not your fault they couldn't get him out. Go to sleep. Make me sick.
Nah, you saying so what is hilarious, bro.
Yo, bro, like Bucky fucking Yo, Zach Gallen to the Braves is low-key sneaky. I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we have, I think, the last time we spoke Braves, what was it that they did? Was it
Suarez, Robert
Suarez, right?
Yeah.
And then we had talked
they
about
did some other stuff too, though. I think in Atlanta,
them needing an arm because you couldn't really rely on Strider and Sale.
That's why I said Fromber to Atlanta would make sense, but Zach Gallen to Atlanta would make sense too.
It would be cheaper too.
I wonder if Zach Gallen to the Phillies is a fit now that Rangers out of there.
Not bad.
Just a thought. Anyway, we out, y'all. This was fun. Back to back. We ain't doing 3 days in a row though, so they better. I don't care. The only way we doing 3 days. The only way we doing 3 days in a row is if Kyle Tucker says I'm signing like tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If Kyle Tucker signs tomorrow, we will be here. All right. This was fun, guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Wait. We got a comment here.
Yeah.
Ranger says Rangers the number 2 boys. Oh, okay. That's not a bad number 2.
No, not at all.
Bad. By the way, Sox fan, go back and watch this episode from the beginning, bro. We talked about all this. Leave your comments down below. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, in the very beginning.
Tell your boy TD, yo, he out here tripping, man. We talked Red Sox for like word up.
You know what's crazy? Last night, and no shade, because listen, life is life. You know, people got things going on. Shout out to you, Sox fan, for being here. You here booking trips, talking to the wife, you watching us. Shout out to the wife, man. I don't know if the wife is beside you, but shout out to her. But we had a few of you guys here last night, right? And we were in here talking about the Mets, Kyle Tucker, and what that could be like. And now it's only Sox fan. And Jules, what the hell is going on?
And Chad. And Armand.
No, I'm saying for the Red Sox fan.
Nah, yeah, we're the Red Sox fan.
Because of today's topic, it being about the team. You know,
I thought we were gonna get a bunch of Red Sox fans.
Yeah.
If Tucker signs with the Mets, let me know. If Tucker signs with the Mets, let me be on that. You know what? If Tucker signs with the Mets, we might have to make that. You know what I mean?
How about this? Because since that may not happen, right? If it does, okay, we do it. If it does not happen, Armand, what we can do is, and I think this is fair, how about the next move that the Mets make, right? Because
the next move the Mets make, we got you. We'll put you.
Yeah, you come on for that.
TD sleeping is wild, bro.
Wait, is that actually true? Or you just saying that he's probably trolling? Because Sox fan, I don't know. He be reminding me of Shrek sometimes, you know?
Yeah, we got some trolls in here, B.
By the way, Shrek must be somewhere, man. I know he's gonna pop up sooner or later, but
yeah, because he ain't leaving comments on nothing we posting on the short side.
He'll show up. He'll show up.
Yeah, he'll be around. And then he'll want us to talk about the new stadium and the fences and all that.
Right.
Like, bro, we talked about all that already, bro.
By the way, so we are, before we leave, because I know we are wrapping up, we are at 294 subs. So if you're new here and you came this far in this video or this show, whatever you want to call it, make sure you hit that subscribe button. For all of you guys, whether you've been around or even if you are new, you got to hit the like button, right? You definitely can't run away without that. And the rest is up to you guys.
Yo, you got to read.
Oh, hell no. Nah, I don't think he gets Yo, I don't think he gets another big league deal, bro. And he's like what, 35?
Nah, he's not pitching in the big leagues anymore. Nah,
yeah. If anything, he might just get like maybe a minor league deal, something like that. But
a minor league deal in Japan, he ain't pitching.
But the issue with Stroman is like you have guys who have played for as long as he has, and they'll be okay with that. Yeah, I might have to make some room because I got to put my Stroman jersey up there too, bro.
Oh my God, bro. If I see a Stroman jersey hanging behind your wall, I'm sending the authorities to your house, bro. We doing a wellness check.
No, honestly, I'm not gonna bring that out you know, as often as I have, even though I haven't worn it in a pretty long time, but
oh nah, this is crazy. Oh nah.
Oh hell no. The way his career ended, bro. Nah, he gotta go.
Nah, we not jelly, bro.
Nah,
Nah, we not jelly, bro. Yo, but thank y'all for vibing with us. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. Oh man.